Greetings and welcome to Earth Angel Activities, where I will be doing a reading for all the Earth Angels out there in the world today. So I've been noticing that I've been seeing a lot more Earth Angels in mission. You know, I've been meeting you guys out there in real life. And if I'm not meeting you in real life, I'm seeing you in real life. You have a different glow about yourself when you're out in public. You have a different vibration about yourself when you are on YouTube and TikTok, and even some of you have like faceless platforms, and your glow is still very different. Yeah, I've been sitting here long enough for this instant to go out meditating on this energy, and what I've realized is that energy that I picked up on the other day, where it was an archangel who was very frustrated. They have reincarnated. They're here. They're in their mission. They're doing their work, right? There's quite a few of us here, and you're mad as hell. And it would take one to know one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see that everybody is grateful and trying to hold their position and doing the best they can, but looking at the state of circumstances, I can't be up here if I can't be real. And when you choose a spiritual path, when a spiritual path is chosen, right? It is a conscious choice to help, to assist, but that doesn't mean that every day is going to be a smile on your face, right? The energies that came out were happiness. Someone is behaving stupidly. Successful outcome to your problems. Persevere and you will overcome the problem. Persevere and you will overcome the problem. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And control your anger or you will be sorry. See, a lot of the earth angels out here right now are ready for everybody to kind of like stop behaving stupidly. Have your beliefs, have your hobbies, have your enjoyable moments, have your things, do your things, do all the things, right? But stop behaving stupidly. That's what I'm feeling like. Some of the earth angels are out here just like, kumbaya, I'm going to do my work, I'm going to do what I have to do, right? But then there is this sense of anger. And I've seen a couple of earth angels who are really, really angry lately. Really angry. With this spread out here, look at this. Not one of these angels is repeated. This is a squad of angels. If the next one is Michael. I was about to say if the next one is Michael, but it's Uriel because I don't see Michael out here. But it looks like it's like a squad of earth angels who are angry. And maybe I don't see Michael out here because he's been the helpful energy. Like, Michael has been the one that is trying to assist. When I did the Earth Angel readings, he showed up in almost everybody's reading. He showed up in the collective reading for what our team is trying to do for us as a collective, who's working with us, right? Be sure to tune into those readings if you haven't already, because there were some deep messages. They're timeless. But they're for the Earth Angels, the ones who are out here actually trying to be in our mission, right? The angels need to remember, like, please control your anger or you will be sorry. You know, focus, come back to center. Remember what you are here for. Remember what you came here for. You came here to assist the human race, you know. And a lot of times what the Earth Angels are doing is they're holding their vibration. They're holding their position. They're not getting too preachy, you know. They're finding their platforms, a space where they can speak what it is they have to say, and then the people will come. You know, if that's something that you want to put on your plate of the buffet of life, you know, if that's something that you want to put on your plate at the buffet of life, then you're coming through, right? You're swinging through. But at the same time, it's so many shenanigans out there, right, that are just kind of like tossing their energy. It's almost trespassing, to be honest. And some of these things are so vibrationally immoral that we are seeing that that the angels are like, you know, squad. It's time to squad up. We're going to do something Merkel. Our archangels are like, it's like they're standing there as a team. They're trying to assist. But it's like the attacks of the enemy have become so outrageous that they're just like, don't take me for a fool. Like, don't take me for a punk, because I'm not that. I'm just love. Our archangels are, you know, they're tired of not being seen and not being heard, like helping everybody, right? And they're dropping signs, angel numbers, and all this stuff. And it's like they're not being heard. And they want us to be able to hear. And you know what I'm getting? I'm getting that there is a blockage. There's a blockage between us and them and being able to hear from them. And this blockage is in our souls, and it's coming from what we consume on a daily basis. So, oh my goodness, there's so much they're saying to me. But you know what? I would get canceled if they were telling me, if I could say it all. I might have to start me a Patreon or something like that. Even if one of you shows up, you might be the one that actually needs to hear this, because these are real messages from our angels and our spirit team. I don't play. Okay? This is a real spiritual thing. This is not, I wouldn't play with my soul if I wasn't being for real about truly the energies that I feel through my womb. You know, and that's another thing. It's like the angels are even telling me that. They're telling me that, like, so many women are dealing with PMS, premenstrual syndrome, right? And it's becoming a joked about thing, right? And so because it's becoming like a joked about thing, a lot of women are doing things like taking a lot of like psych meds and other things in order to try to calm that down, drinking a lot of wine. And these things, they're tools, they're here, they're designed for us to use them if we need them, right? But the issue with that is that it's muting the signature so much that is also attributing to the blockage and why you're unable to receive the messages from your angels and your soul and your spiritual team. They're yelling and you can't hear them at all. You can't hear them at all. And it's because of the blockages that the world, it's an attack. You get what I'm saying? We're not fighting against flesh and blood, but we're fighting against evil, dark forces and rulers in high places. You know what I'm saying? We're fighting with that. Just simply holding our cell phones for too long or watching TV for too long. These screens are sending energetic signatures to our brains and our minds and our souls. And it's dimming the ability for us to hear from our angels and our spirit team. The old-fashioned remedies like going through the womb of a woman, that is barely working anymore because the society has women so drugged up. Put her on birth control, because even if you're not a sexually active woman, they will use birth control as a way to control the pains of menstrual cycles as well, to regulate your cycle, to slow the bleeding of your cycle, right? And it's like the angels and the spirits, I'm hearing them say like that was the main way that we could always get our message through, was through the womb of a woman. But now the womb is being played with and made a mockery of and being drugged constantly all the time. PCOS, I've never heard so many women speak about having PCOS now. And now they're saying that. You want to know why? It's because of the things that we consume. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Our diets primarily consist of processed foods, dairy. Dairy is in everything. Processed foods, they're everywhere. And we don't even, a lot of us are not even in touch with the source of our womb. So we don't even really know how to feed ourselves, our souls, our minds, all that. In the meantime, the length of your period is telling you something spiritually. The pain is spiritual. The emotions are spiritual. And the woman used to have time and the ability to decipher these messages, but now at this time, it's becoming so difficult for the angels, for our spirit guides to even speak to us, because the womb there's a clog there. And the evil rulers, they understand this. They know this. This is funny to them. They sit back and laugh. One of my angels, she came and spoke to me in one of the deepest visions I've ever had in my life. And she was so irritated by the fact that we wear gold. She was so infuriated about gold. She was saying you should have left it in the ground. It should stay in the ground, and they know it. And when she was saying she was pointing towards this dark area of light. And the only thing that came to my mind was like, those are the rulers. Those are the evil rulers of the world that are making it doggone near impossible for us to hear messages from our angels and our spirit team. The archangels, they have plans that are moving, that are in motion. Because the most important part of what we're doing is to protect love itself. It's becoming a joke. Do you know that people are out here feeling things and they need to reach out for help, and people keep telling them to reach out, but then as soon as they do reach out for help, they are, depending on what they're asking for, they could be punished. They could be punished. You have to be careful about who you're asking for assistance. Society tells us that, we go here if we need help with this. We go there if we need help with that. We go there if we need help with that. But so many of our earth angels have been run out of so many different establishments because the evil has become so widespread. I'm talking about, you got major evil sitting up in there, and then you got earth angels that are sleeping, that are sleeping, that are literally just eating up all this gossip and workplace drama. Earth angels doing this. And it's because they are afraid. They are afraid. They feel like, well, it's gone so far left already. You know, what is the point? But I'm being told, you better get back to your post soon. You better get back to your position soon. You better get back to what you came here for very, very soon. Okay? Because you don't want to be out. You don't want to be out somewhere you're not supposed to be when things are made right. There is a call for earth angels to cleanse what we are consuming, cleanse what we're eating, cleanse what we're watching, cleanse who we're speaking to, cleanse where we're spending our time, and focus our mind on being a part of our tribe. We have brothers and sisters out here who are still asleep. We have brothers and sisters out here who are still asleep. And we don't want any of our brothers and sisters being left behind. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. You know, earth angels, it's time for us to really listen and connect with our angels and our spirit team to see what it is that they are trying to say to us, because they are trying to get messages to us like crazy. And you know what? All we'll do is say, oh yeah, I've been seeing 111 today. I looked it up and it means such and such. No. No. In that moment that you are seeing that number, you need to survey the scene. Survey your environment. Survey your thoughts. What are you thinking about when you see that number? What are your hands doing while you're seeing that number? What is your mind doing while you're seeing that number? What environment are you in? What people are around? What just happened? What just took place? Take inventory. And stop looking at these things as if it's cutesy. Ooh. Look it up. Look at what it means. But not before you recognize what is going on in your space at the moment when you see it. It's very, very, very important that you recognize why the patterns are the way that they are. Not just that you keep seeing the number. Come on, man. Like the angels are like, it's go time. The game been started and y'all still back there in the locker room. Where are y'all at? You know, and this is not to talk down to anybody, because we are all living in somewhat of this stupor, right? All of us are. But it's important for us to make sure that we say, oh yes, let me pay attention. Let me be aware. With this protection card coming out and all this armor, it's just letting me know that our angels are working overtime to protect us. To protect us through this stupor. What movie was it that I was watching? It was something funny. I want to say it had babies in it. Was it Babies Stay Out? That old movie, like where the babies were doing stuff, but it seemed like they were safe and protected the whole way through. It's kind of giving that energy, and it's like the angels just want us to be aware. Be aware and allow our soul to mature so that we can understand what's going on. Yes, our intuition is not just these thoughts and ideas and, oh, I'm psychic. It's not just that. It's when your intuition improves, it's showing you that these blockages are being removed, that you're actually hearing from your spiritual team, that they're getting you these messages. They're getting them to you, right? This freedom is out here twice. So we've got freedom and freedom with Uriel. And we also have this yin yang which is giving very much Cancer, water, divine masculine, divine feminine, marriage of the thoughts and the mind energy, right? Because when your thoughts and mind are in a healthy marriage with your actions, my love, that means that you are in divine union with yourself. And that makes you super attractive to the experiences that you need to be successful on your journey. Our angels, our angels are so amazing. They are so wonderful. You know, they're protecting us every step of the way. With this self-love coming out, it's given that when you love yourself, you're able to connect with yourself and hear yourself. Because if you look very closely, there's a small person within this woman. When we are connected back to our inner child, that's where we find the purest of love. I will always say, like, I read Corinthians 13 one time, and it just came to me and hit me so much differently when I read it, because it was showing me that very popular scripture that we always thought was more so about when I became a man, I put away childish things, like I grew up, I'm not immature anymore. But it wasn't that. It was talking about the pure love of a child and how we throw it away. We put it on the shelf when we become grown. We put that resilient love back on the shelf when we become grown, because experience hardened our hearts. And it's not just experiences that's hardening your heart. It's that you are very important in this world, and your contribution can make a change. It can make a difference. It can make a difference for the better. And every difference and change for the better is action against the rulers of darkness in high places. So every time you love, every time you forgive, every time you overcome your fear, it is like putting a monkey wrench in the plan of the enemy, and they don't like that. So they've been sending bad energy, bad light codes through all these things that we see. How polarizing is it to see someone on your screen that is not of an energy of love? You can tell they're not in an energy of love because they don't care. And what they're spewing is causing division among all the people. And then some of your other fellow earth angels, they just still sleep. Babes, they still sleep. And we have to protect them while they're asleep. And while they're asleep, they could be even throwing darts in our direction. Painful darts. Yeah. But because we work for the divine, we have to be about our Father's business. We have to be about our mother's business. We have to be about our divine energy. We have to be about love. We have to be about peace. We have to be about kindness. But we can't be nobody's fool, because, see, we have to remember that as us being awake and conscious, when we know better, we got to do better. But then you also have to remember, I'm important, and I have to protect myself from anything that could possibly take me out, because I am an important contributor to what's going on right now. My voice does matter. It doesn't matter that they keep on banning my account or giving me strikes or whatever. It doesn't matter. My voice will be heard, because that's who I am in this whole plan thing. You know, they're creating an illusion for us. A lot of us are under this illusion that we are safe, that it's not a war going on outside. And I'm talking about a spiritual war. I'm talking about the type of energy that, you know, it'll go over your head really if you sleep. You know, but it's no point in yelling and screaming about everything as a divine being, because we both know that yelling and screaming ain't gonna get nothing but more yelling and screaming. We need the love to be heard. So what we do is we just hold our position. We hold our light. We don't trespass. We don't go into anybody else's space doing too much. But we hold our position. We set the table through the will of the Most High God, we set the table and we pray with the intention that what we have laid on this table will serve the highest and greatest good of a collective of people. The people who the divine is calling back to their post. You know, I feel like our angels are happy because they know that this message is going to reach so many coming together. They know it's going to reach so many of our angels who are, it's like you're at that moment right before you wake up between dream and sleepy. Yeah, you're between waking up and dream time. Like you're right there. And they know that this message is going to help you to release some of these blockages so that you can hear. Oh my goodness. Once you start receiving these messages, it could feel overwhelming because it's just like it kind of hits you in that space of feeling like, oh my, I was part of the problem. For some, some people's blockages have recently been released by going to an ayahuasca retreat, a bufo retreat, some type of mushroom or spiritual substance retreat, right? But here is the thing with that. You have to know where you're going, who you're going with, and you need to be safe because it is so many people out here that pose as spiritual folk. They pose as spiritual folk so that they can get you in a very vulnerable position, and then they take advantage of you. So please make sure that when you go to these retreats that you have a plan, that this is an actual place. This is not Pookie and Ray Ray and them down the street that just got some ayahuasca. No, that's not what we're doing here. We're doing and I've never even been to an ayahuasca retreat. I do not know why ayahuasca keeps coming up in these readings. But yeah, so if that is what you are looking into, or if you've been thinking about it, your angels are saying, yes, that could help. That could help release some of the blockages. We can get some of the messages in. Now, also, recognize that when you gain this knowledge, if you just sit there and go about your old patterns of the way you used to do stuff, if you just sit there and go about things the way that you used to go about things, like you're not spending time with the people, you're not reaching out to the people, then you're going to have a very tough time incorporating all that information, because it's like you'll be gaining sacred, ancient knowledge like overnight. Okay? And if that doesn't help, then it's because there's another blockage. There's a different type of blockage there. Let's see. What if someone, maybe ayahuasca is coming up because you've already done it and you don't feel any different. What is that, God? Angels, what is your advice for the one who has already done the retreat and they just don't feel any change? Strengthen bonds. So they're asking you to strengthen your bonds through what you have learned, because Teach is still here. So that's part of the problem. And if you feel as if you know nothing, then they're saying go out, make yourself available for people to speak to you and see what they say, and see if you look at that. And see if you are not able to tap into exactly what they need to hear. Exactly what they need to hear is what your angels are going to give you. Look at that. Love. Coming together. The earth angels are waking up. We're waking up by strengthening bonds. The ones who are awake, we feel alone. But just look around. Love abounds, third eye. You might not be in heart chakra. Third eye and heart chakra with love abounds, right? So maybe you're not seeing your brothers and sisters. Maybe you are missing the forest because of the trees. Because Your fellow brothers and sisters are here. A lot of us are awake and a lot of us are in mission. You'll know us by our fruits. Not every fruit tastes sweet. You know, you got cucumbers, you got mangoes, you got apples, you got sapote, you got, it's different type of fruit. Not all the fruit tastes the same. You got lemons, you got limes, but yeah. You got the watermelon, the cantaloupe, the honeydew. You got all these yummy things. Oh, with the solar plexus coming out as I'm talking about all these fruits, and it's right beside the cleanse, it is time for a lot of us to do a cleanse and incorporate more fruits. And it needs to be done now in this season, like while the fruit is really yummy. It's going to bless our soul, our mind, our spirit. It's going to help remove some of those blockages so that we can hear from our angels. So that we can hear from our angels. So let's get a last message and we'll go ahead and close the reading. Divine Mother and Father, Most High God, angels, what message do you want to give? Let it go. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. Yes, let it go. I feel like it's been a lot of issues that have gone on that are taking place in the memory, the wheel of the memory, and it's causing blockages as well. But I'm hearing that it was the divine will of God. It was the divine will of God. You need more messages, God. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Coming together, yes. Don't give up on love. We are coming together. Self-care is out here again because we had self-love here with the inner child, and now we have self-care. It starts with how we treat ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, how we interact with ourselves, the promises we keep to ourselves, and all that, okay? Until we talk again, continue to let your soul glow gold. Don't allow it to turn cold in this world. All right? Take care.